Ever since Amritpal's followers stormed a police station in Ajnala in Punjab, which this Ajnala town is very near to the Pakistan border. And why did they storm that police station? They wanted to liberate an innocent Tufan Singh, also known as Lovepreet Singh. Lovepreet Singh, I think, is his real name, and Tufan Singh is the title given to him for whatever reasons. Ever since that storming of the police station, parallels have been drawn with the nightmare years of Sant Bhindranwale's free run of Punjab when secessionism was at its fearsome height. But are these parallels justified? But is Amritpal Singh a genuine Khalistani demagogue, or merely a stooge in somebody else's hand? Or is he an opportunist who is out to carve a niche for himself in the political landscape of Punjab? Maybe if not for himself, then for his mentors, whoever they are. We are not very sure. There are so many rumors and so many indications, straws in the wind, as you can call it. But we cannot take that as proof. We'll get there. But let us look back at the state's shifting fortunes ever since India became independent. The spectre of Punjab's separatism has been hovering on the nation's mindscape right from the days of Master Tara Singh's demand for an autonomous Punjabi Suba, a demand that became stronger with the rise of Sant Fateh Singh. Master Tara Singh was born in a Hindu Khatri family in the village of Haryal in Rawalpindi, which is now in Pakistan. He became a Sikh when he was a young man. This was not unusual in those days because there was a tradition that Hindus of Punjab would offer their sons to the Sikh Panth right from the times of Guru Gobind Singh. It had become a tradition. It was very, very strong tradition taken very seriously by the Punjabis in general. And these sons were offered not only to Sikh Panth but also to the Khalsa army or the Khalsa Panth. Those were the demands of those times. All the 10 gurus of Sikhism were Hindu Khatri, belonged to Hindu Khatri clans, various Hindu Khatri clans. Now coming back to Master Tara Singh, he took part in Mahatma Gandhi's Satyagraha movement during the freedom struggle against the British. And at that time, Master Tara Singh was a member or a leader of Shiromani Akali Dal as well as Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee. When the partition was nigh, it was coming, he reputedly drew his sword to cut down a Pakistani flag I think it was in Lahore, somewhere in April, I think, and shouted anti-Pakistan slogans right in front of a very, very angry crowd. This raised his profile among the non-Muslim community in Punjab and India. When Master Tara Singh came to India, he raised the demand for an autonomous Punjabi Suba, which will have Sikhs in majority. The movement caught traction in the community and it was gaining a lot of ground, but there was a lot of resistance from non-Sikhs as well as from the center. This is when Master Tara Singh was ousted in a political tussle and a younger and more energetic leader, Sant Fateh Singh, a Jat Sikh, took over. And he was pragmatic enough to widen the scope of Punjabi majority state or a Punjabi state by making language and not religion as its basis. So in 1966, Punjab state was carved out where Sikhs were in a majority. Thanks to the Chief Minister of Punjab, Pratap Singh Cairo's proximity to the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Punjab received generous help in building roads and other infrastructure, which put Punjab on the path to prosperity. And this prosperity was taken further, it was given a further boost when Gyani Zail Singh was the chief minister. However, somehow, somewhere, complacency set in with this prosperity. And there was no effort to build a roadmap for taking Punjab's prosperity to the next level. The education system needed reforms at all levels. Similarly, a well-structured plan for state's industrialization could have been given a practical shape, which was not given. It was ignored or whatever. It was somehow not done very seriously. Though small-scale and ancillary industries were present in the state, there was a need for giving a push to establish large-scale agro-industries. This required additional infrastructure on a massive scale. There was apparent reluctance by the political leadership to allow big business to enter Punjab state. Perhaps the reason was that a certain group of politicians, both in Akali Dal as well as in Congress, wanted to retain their stranglehold on Punjab politics, and with the coming of big business, perhaps the equations would have undergone a transformation. Moreover, rampant corruption and maladministration only made things worse for the state's prospects. Unemployment started rising and a sense of frustration set in amongst the Punjabi youth. A baseless complacency coupled with false sense of invincibility paved the way for supremacists to appropriate Punjab's socio-political space. From the mid-1970s, separatist voices started echoing in religious places and functions. Gyani Zail Singh's penchant for appropriating the orthodox Sikh grammar only intensified the rivalry between the Congress party and the Akali Dal, Shiromani Akali Dal. Gyani Zail Singh was bent upon loosening the Akali Dal's hold on the Sikh peasantry as well as the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, which is a sort of mini parliament of the Sikhs of their own. Consequently, when all this struggle was going on, Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, a little known preacher, was introduced into the Punjab politics. Now, Bhindranwale, who introduced him, there are several theories, but it is generally believed that it was Gyani Zail Singh who brought him into the Punjab politics as a counterweight to the Akalis, and perhaps to use him to force Akalis out of the SGPC. Bhindranwale's supremacist politics resulted in a storm of violence that destroyed Punjab's social fabric and economic leadership. And how is it that Bhindranwale succeeded in, or Bhindranwale's cult, I would say, not just his very cult, how did it succeed in spreading so fast and so violently throughout, not just throughout the states, and in fact its repercussions and vibrations were felt throughout India. There were Khalistan motivated violence in other parts of India also, especially northern India. This happened because the frustrated, unemployed youth were available as gun fodder for the Khalistanis. ISI and CIA gleefully fished in the state's troubled waters. The diabolical games resulted in unprecedented and unavoidable bloodshed and destruction. This happened over a long period, more than a decade. It took the life of Indira Gandhi, it also took the life of Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. It also took lives of thousands and thousands of innocent persons. Anyway, those days of darkness were over, and now, even as Punjab is finding its way back to the faster lanes of development, the rivalry between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party has resurrected the ghosts of the 20th century Punjab, the late 20th century Punjab, especially from 1970s onwards, mid-1970s onwards, what the Punjab suffered. If the Congress Akali Dal rivalry was vicious, the BJP AAP antagonism has assumed diabolical dimensions in Punjab as well as in Delhi. But we are more worried about Punjab because Punjab is not only our border state, it is also the sword arm of India even today. Punjab is vital to the unity and defense of India. The vacuum left behind in Punjab politics by the discrediting of Akali Dal, when Akali Dal was an ally of BJP, it lost a lot of credibility among the Sikh masses, and consequently it was rooted in the last elections. And it will be an uphill task for the Akali leadership to regain their credibility in Punjab. It is going to be very, very tough. So there was a vacuum in Punjab. And this vacuum, actually, you cannot call it just vacuum. It was taking up the dimensions of a political black hole, which was devouring almost all sensible political activities. And this situation was further worsened by the Congress infighting in Punjab. The AAP government clearly cannot handle the state's volatile elements. It looks like that right now. The way they allowed the police station to be stormed, and the way the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, just didn't know what to say and how to react to it, to what was happening, except for finger pointing at Amritpal Singh and all that, calling all sorts of names. But that is not what a Chief Minister should be doing. He is the head of the state, Chief Minister of the state. He is supposed to take very strong actions. Law and order comes under the Punjab government. What is worse is that Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann is being perceived as Kejriwal's puppet. We know of the Sikh community's traditional allergy to the Delhi Darbar syndrome. They don't like their leaders to pay tributes to the Delhi Darbar, whatever. Right from the Mughal times, this has been happening, that Sikhs had developed a deep animosity towards Delhi Darbar, not on the individual level, but it is in their psyche. They do not like to be dictated terms. So, the time and place were right for the reappearance of extremist elements. And this was facilitated by the BJP's intense desire to discredit the AAP government. If you destabilize the state government, all sorts of undesirable elements will come to the fore, and many extremists, especially in a sensitive border state like Punjab, from across the border, many undesirable elements would infiltrate and create problems for the country. And this present problem, it has got its roots in the farmers' agitation, which was at its peak only a few months back. The mainstream media and a section of the social media started orchestrating a vilification campaign against the farmers, painting them as Khalistani anti-nationals and God knows what else, agents of Pakistan, and all that were a bunch of lies. But then those lies were spread like anything, and it did inflame, did hurt the farmers and did incense them. When vilification did not gain traction throughout the country, most of the Indians, they dismissed it as only a propaganda. Nobody took this vilification as a genuine charge against the farmers. They knew the farmers were having genuine demands, and their credentials were patriotic, and they had nothing to do with any foreign power. So when this vilification did not give the desired results to the ruling party, that is BJP, suddenly what we find is a section of the farmers entered the Red Fort and hoisted Nishan Sahib. No, Nishan Sahib is a flag that has its place in the Gurdwaras, and not where our national flag should be. These two are very separate areas. How and at whose behest this happened is still under wraps. We have absolutely no official confirmation of the real culprits behind it, but then generally it is believed that it was done at the behest of some people in the BJP. And who was the star of this stunt? A Punjabi actor named Deep Sidhu. Now, Deep Sidhu was an actor and not very well known outside his area of profession till this stunt was played out, and then he founded an organization called Waris Punjab. It was founded before that actually. And Waris Punjab, if you translate it roughly, it would mean the legatees of Punjab. This organization aimed to resurrect Punjabi culture, at least ostensibly, apparently, outwardly. However, Sidhu died in a road accident, and a while later, suddenly, one heard of Amritpal Singh appropriating Waris Punjab and using it as a platform for the launching of Khalistani movement. How this happened is still a mystery to us. What connection did he have with Deep Sidhu is only being conjectured. If there is any proof, it is being kept secret. Now, several questions remain unanswered. In a country where a journalist can be arrested on charges of sedition, merely on suspicion, not on any proof, just because somebody suspects him of sedition, and even if he is not suspecting, trumped up charges of sedition, you can say, just because he was performing his professional duties, the police can send notice to a singer for her satirical songs, and just about anybody can be put behind bars for being a dissenter, even if that person is not a dissenter in the more solid sense, but only because he does not look upon BJP as the keepers of India's patriotic credentials. And in such a country, how is it that Deep Sidhu got away with such a anti-national act? As I said earlier, Nishan Sahib's place in a civilized society is in Gurdwara, and it cannot be a replacement for our national flag. How is it that despite Amritpal Singh using highly secessionist language, even today I saw some of his interviews, openly he is advocating secessionism, seceding from the Union of States called India. How is it that he is using this language and there is not even a hint of action against him? In fact, the manner in which Tufan Singh was released from the jail only shows the spinelessness of the governments both at the center and the state. Let us not forget that the same central government has been flouting the federal dharma by sending its agencies to various non-BJP states to arrest or question people with or without any evidence against them. But they are allowing Amritpal Singh to spew communal and divisive venom that should have attracted penal action long back. And at least by now he should have been behind bars. Now let us take a closer look at Deep Sidhu and Amritpal Singh. Their credentials as genuine Sikhs are certainly doubtful. Let us remember that Sant Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale was a genuine Sikh with irrefutable credentials as a Sikh holy man. We may not like him, but we have to accept the facts as they were. Neither Deep Sidhu nor Amritpal Singh can be described as true Sikhs. Neither of them was even a Sahajdari Sikh. They could be only described as patit or fallen Sikhs. And I say this because they had flouted the tenets of their religion by cutting hair and shaving their beards. That they conveniently appeared in the garb of devout Sikhs later on smacks of subterfuge, trickery you can call it. If they had gone through the due processes of rehabilitation by undergoing punishment, which in the Sikh language is known as tankhwa, prescribed by the Akal Takht, then it must be a well-kept secret. Nobody knows whether they underwent that process of rehabilitation as true Sikhs, as genuine Sikhs. With such fellows coming in, it is dangerous for the stability and peace of Punjab. It is dangerous for the prosperity of Punjab. It is dangerous for the people of Punjab and integrity of the nation. It is time for Punjabis to rid themselves of such medieval demagogues, whatever their claimed religious credentials, and get on with their march towards a modern, liberal and secular Punjab. That is the only way. That is the only way to our bright future, collective bright future. It cannot be only for Sikhs, it cannot be only for Hindus, it has to be for both. As for the politicians, they should stop playing with the common man's sentiments and sensibilities. Such games are dangerous for the nation's unity, security and integrity. I hope the common Punjabis will take a lead in this respect and throw up a genuine leader of Punjab very soon.